At this moment, a voice resonates deep within your soul, louder than any noise the world can offer. It is a call you cannot ignore, a whisper urging you to open your eyes and pay attention to what is happening around you. Time is running out, and it's no coincidence that you feel this pressure in your heart. I, your God, am trying to reach you, to awaken you before something dangerous touches your life. There is something you must see, something that has gone unnoticed but can no longer wait. This is your warning, a divine sign for your good. What is approaching is not to frighten you, but to save you. Like a shepherd calling his sheep before they fall into the abyss, today I speak to you so that you stop and look. Do not continue on your way without listening, because what is coming could change your destiny if you don't pay attention. My love for you is deeper than the waters of the ocean, and for that love, I will not allow you to fall into the trap set before you. Open your heart to this divine warning. Every step you have taken has brought you to this crucial point. You may not understand everything that is happening, but trust that my vision is greater than yours. There are forces you do not see. There are paths that seem right, but lead to destruction. Today my hand is extended toward you, calling you to wake up and see beyond the visible, to recognize the danger, and allow me to guide you to a place of safety. In the chaos of daily life, it is easy to get lost. Worries, problems, and distractions surround you like a storm, and sometimes in the midst of that noise, my voice may seem distant. But today I call you louder, clearer. Even in the chaos, I am here, trying to reach you, warning you of what is about to happen if you don't take this message seriously. It is not the noise that should govern your life, but my peace and direction. Danger doesn't always come dressed in darkness. Often, it hides behind what seems good or harmless. But I see what you cannot. My eyes scan the earth, seeing the heart of things, and that is why I warn you. Something is rising against you, a subtle danger that has gone unnoticed. It is in moments like these that my intervention is crucial. If you listen to my voice, if you follow me, I will save you from what is coming and lead you down a path of protection and life. It is no coincidence that you are reading this now. You know deep in your being that this call is real. You have felt that restlessness in your spirit, that impulse to seek something beyond what you see. Now is the time to act, to set aside doubt, and pay attention to my warning. I am here to protect you, to guide you, to be your refuge in the midst of this chaos threatening to envelop your life. Although your eyes cannot see it, I am surrounding you with my protection. My angels have been sent to watch over you, to fight battles you don't even know exist. While you walk through your days, facing visible challenges, there are invisible forces moving on your behalf. I have placed a shield around you, a barrier of love and grace, so that danger does not reach you without my permission. But you also need to stay alert, aware of my protection and receptive to my warnings. You must not walk through life as if you were alone. You never have been. Even when you felt abandoned or lost, I was there, protecting you from things you never knew threatened you. But now, I ask you to actively trust me, to stay close to my presence, because danger is approaching, and I need you to be under my covering so that nothing can touch you. My protection is not passive. It requires your faith and your willingness to follow my instructions. And this protection surrounding you is like a wall that the enemy cannot penetrate, but you must stay within it. Do not expose yourself unnecessarily. Trust in my guidance, and you will be safe. Even when everything around you seems chaotic or out of control, remember that I am your refuge, your fortress in times of trouble. Nothing can touch you without my permission, and if you are with me, the danger that approaches will have no power over you. Not everything that seems harmless really is. Many times, the real danger hides behind an attractive appearance, something that at first glance seems good or innocent. However, I see beyond appearances, and today I reveal to you that there is something in your life, or something approaching, that is not what it seems. It is a risk, a hidden danger that has gone unnoticed by your eyes, but not by mine. That is why I urge you to stop, reconsider, and seek my discernment in every decision. This danger doesn't present itself obviously, because if it did, you would have easily avoided it. No, this trap has been disguised as something that appears harmless or even desirable. That is why today I come to warn you so that you do not fall into the net that has been woven around you, so that you do not stray from the path that leads to life and peace. Remember, you are not alone in this struggle. I do not ask you to face it with your own strength because you couldn't. I give you the necessary tools. I provide the discernment you need to identify the enemy's traps. All you need is to come to me with humility and trust, and I will guide you safely. At this moment, the key to avoiding the hidden danger is to listen to my voice and follow my direction, even when you don't fully understand what is happening. Throughout this journey, I have been sending you signs. They may not have been as clear as you expected, but they were there. Small warnings, moments of unease in your heart, that feeling that something wasn't quite right. You have experienced moments where you felt like something was slipping away, a slight alarm in your spirit, but perhaps you ignored or underestimated it. Today I come to remind you that those signs were my attempts to guide and protect you. I do not blame you for having overlooked them. I understand that the worries of the world often deafen your ability to perceive what I am trying to show you. But I do not want you to continue ignoring them, because the further you go into what threatens you, the harder it will be to turn back. Those small signs were my love trying to reach you, and they are still there, waiting for you to pay attention. Pause for a moment and reflect. What have I been trying to tell you? What signs have you overlooked? The love with which I have been speaking to you remains present. It is not too late to return your attention, to stop and reconsider the decisions you have made. There is no shame in admitting that you have overlooked something important. On the contrary, it is an act of courage and wisdom to recognize that you need my guidance. I am here, ready to give you more signs, to speak to you more clearly. Just open your heart and trust that everything I have shown you has a purpose. To protect you from what you cannot see for yourself. You have felt, even if in silence, that inner voice calling out to you. That voice is not just another thought or a fleeting sensation. It is I, speaking to you from the depths of your being, calling you to pay attention to what surrounds you. My spirit has been whispering in the most intimate places of your heart, trying to wake you up before it is too late. This is not a warning to frighten you, but to save you from what you have not yet fully seen. That voice that speaks to you is not anxiety nor fear, but the purest love you have in your life. I am the one who seeks you, who calls you, who shows you the way back to safety. Every day my spirit invites you to pause, to listen, to surrender to the peace I offer you even in the midst of the storm. But you must listen carefully. You must create silence in the midst of the noise around you to perceive that soft yet firm voice that cries out for your well-being. At this crucial moment, my voice will not stop calling you. I am here, and I will keep speaking to you. I will keep guiding you if you decide to follow my advice. Do not close your heart to my call. There is still time. You can still save yourself from what is coming if you just stop and pay attention to my voice. I promise you that if you trust me and follow what I am telling you, I will protect you from any harm. This is my promise to you, that in my voice, you will find the safe way out, refuge, and the peace you so desperately need. At this moment, I extend to you a refuge that goes beyond any earthly protection. It is not a physical place, nor something you can see with your eyes, but it is more real than anything else in this world. It is a refuge in my presence, a sacred space where no danger can reach you, where your soul can find rest, and where everything that pursues you has no power. I offer you my peace, a peace that cannot be broken, even in the midst of the darkest storm. This refuge is not limited by time or space. It is available to you whenever you need it. All you have to do is enter through your trust in me, through the faith that I am enough to cover you. While the world offers you temporary and fragile solutions, I offer you eternal protection. Within this refuge, you will find the strength to face whatever comes, because you will not be alone. You will be under the shelter of my wings, surrounded by my love and care. Do not let fear keep you away from this place of protection. Often fear will lead you in the wrong direction, seeking security in things that cannot sustain you. But I tell you, come to me. In my presence, you will find everything you need to be safe, to be at peace, to face any challenge that lies ahead. My refuge is open to you, today and always. It is not something you must earn. It is a gift I give you because I love you deeply and want the best for you. Within you, there are battles that have been occurring, some of which you have ignored or repressed. But today, they need to be faced. Not all danger comes from outside. Sometimes, the most dangerous shadows are those lodged in your heart, unresolved fears, past wounds, thoughts that consume you from within. These shadows have been growing in silence, and now is the time to face them with my help, because I want to free you from everything that binds you. Do not be afraid of what you will discover inside yourself. These shadows are not more powerful than my light, and I assure you that if you allow me to guide you through this process, what was once dark within you will turn into clarity. You don't have to carry those internal struggles alone. I am with you, willing to illuminate every corner of your soul and heal what has been wounded. But first, you must be willing to look inward and admit that there are areas of your life that need to be transformed. This confrontation will not be easy, but it is necessary. Do not fear, for I am your strength in the midst of this battle. The shadows cannot withstand my light. Let me into those dark areas of your life, into those fears and doubts that have held you captive. Together we will defeat everything that has prevented you from moving forward. In the end, you will realize that those shadows were only temporary, while my light is eternal and more powerful than any darkness you have known. The enemy does not rest, and there is a trap that has been carefully prepared against you, waiting for the exact moment to ensnare you. It is not an obvious trap because if it were, you would have avoided it with ease. No, this trap has been disguised as something that seems good or even desirable. That is why I come today to warn you so that you do not fall into that net that has been placed around you, so that you do not deviate from the path that leads to life and peace. This trap may appear as an opportunity, a tempting decision, something that seems convenient, but at its core, it is designed to destroy you. The enemy has studied your weak points, knows the areas where you are most vulnerable, and has created a situation designed to take advantage of those weaknesses. But today I tell you, do not fall into that trap. I am here to reveal to you what is really happening and to give you the wisdom you need to avoid it. You do not have to face it alone. I am with you, showing you the danger before you step into it. I will give you the signs. I will give you discernment, but you must trust me. Do not follow the path that seems easier or more attractive if my voice is telling you to stop. Not every door that opens is meant to be crossed. Some lead to the abyss. But if you listen to my warning, I will guide you on a safe path, away from any trap that has been set in your life. Stay close to me, and you will be protected. Along your journey, I have placed silent warnings, small flashes of alertness that tried to catch your attention before this danger grew. These warnings were not always loud or dramatic. Often they were subtle, a fleeting thought, a sense of discomfort, a dream, or even advice someone gave you at just the right moment. I did not overlook them or let them pass without reason. Each of these warnings was an expression of my love for you, an opportunity for you to turn back towards safety. It is easy to overlook these warnings when your mind is preoccupied with the worries of everyday life, when the noise of responsibilities and problems overwhelms you. But I want you to know that I have not given up. I continue to send my signals because I desire to protect you from all harm. If you have ever felt that something was not right, that you needed to reconsider a decision, that was my silent warning, my way of calling you back to the right path. Nothing in your life is coincidental when I am watching over you. This is the moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, have you felt those subtle impulses within you? Have you experienced moments when it seemed like the universe or something deeper was pushing you in a different direction? That was my intervention. Today I remind you clearly not to ignore it anymore. Those warnings were, and still are, my attempt to guide you away from danger and toward the full life I offer you. What is happening at this moment is not just physical. It is not just a set of visible circumstances. There is an intense spiritual battle around you, a struggle for your soul, your well-being, and your future. Often, the fiercest battles are not seen with the eyes, but are felt deep in your being. This battle is not meant to frighten you, but to make you understand that there are forces working against you, but also forces much greater working to protect you. My angels are fighting on your behalf, even if you cannot see them. Every prayer you have made, every time you have sought my face in the midst of difficulties, has mobilized a heavenly response. This war is not a losing battle because I am by your side, leading the spiritual army that defends you. But you must be aware that your decisions and your faith play a key role in this battle. The closer you stay to me, the stronger you will be, and the greater the victory we will achieve together. It is at this moment, in the midst of this battle, that you must cling to my word, for in it, you will find the power to withstand any attack. Do not be discouraged. Do not think you are alone in this fight. What you sometimes feel as an unbearable burden is part of the battle being fought in the invisible. But remember that the victory is already assured if you remain in me. My power surpasses any darkness, and in this spiritual battle, I promise that you will be more than victorious. There are moments when danger does not present itself as dark and threatening. Sometimes it disguises itself as something that seems good, something that shines like light but is, in fact, a trap. The enemy is cunning, knowing how to disguise his intentions, how to attract with promises that seem full of hope but, in reality, lead to destruction. Today I warn you, not everything that seems like light is true. Not everything that shines comes from me. This enemy in disguise can present itself in many forms: an opportunity that seems too good to be true, a person who seems to have all the answers, an idea that appeals to your deepest desires. But if you examine it more closely, if you bring it before my presence and seek my discernment, you will see that behind that facade hides darkness. Do not be deceived by appearances. I have given you the ability to distinguish between truth and falsehood, but you need to seek my wisdom to see it clearly. At this moment, I ask you to bring every decision, every relationship, every step you are considering before me. I will reveal to you what is hidden. I will show you whether the light you see is true or a trap. The enemy cannot sustain his lies for long when they are exposed to my truth. Trust that I will guide you through this maze of shadows disguised as light, and I will not allow you to fall if you keep your eyes fixed on me. The true light, the one that comes from me, will always lead you to life, never to deception. The enemy has woven a specific deception for you, a net that seems harmless but is designed to trap you. You won't always recognize this deception immediately, as it is wrapped in what appears to be truth or a convenient solution to your problems. However, behind this veil of normality lies real danger. I do not want you to fall into this trap, so I warn you. Be cautious of what you accept without questioning, of what seems easy but is contrary to my will. This deception may be disguised as a false promise of peace, a shortcut to solve your problems, or an offer that seems good but distances you from my plan for you. The enemy knows how to make the harmful appear attractive, but today I am giving you the discernment to see beyond the superficial. If you draw near to me, I will show you what you cannot see with your own eyes. Listen to me when I tell you that the easy path is not always the right one. I invite you to carefully examine everything around you. Do not rush to accept what seems like a quick solution to your problems. Instead, trust in my process. Trust that my timing and my ways, though sometimes longer, will always lead you to true good. Deception is only a detour, a shortcut that takes you away from the fullness I have reserved for you. Do not be afraid to reject what is not from me, for by doing so, you will walk towards true freedom. Every decision you make impacts the course of your life. Today, I want to remind you that even the smallest decisions sometimes have bigger consequences than you realize. It is in those seemingly insignificant moments that the path you will walk is built. Do not underestimate the power of choosing wisely, of seeking my will before moving forward, because the decisions you make today will shape the destiny that awaits you tomorrow. Often, the enemy will try to rush you, making you feel that you need to make hasty decisions without reflecting, without seeking my guidance. But I tell you to pause, to breathe, and to seek me. It is not a sign of weakness to depend on me. It is an act of wisdom. I see the full picture, while you can only see what is right before your eyes. If you trust me and allow me to guide you, I promise that I will lead you to decisions that bring life, peace, and blessing. This is a crucial time in your life. The choices you make now have the potential to bring you closer to my purpose or to lead you down difficult paths. But do not worry, you are not alone in this process. I am here, ready to walk with you, to illuminate the steps you should take. The decisions that shape your destiny do not have to be a burden if they are made under my direction. Together, we can build a future filled with hope. Fear is one of the most powerful weapons the enemy uses to stop you. Often, fear doesn't shout. It presents itself as a subtle doubt, a feeling of insecurity that begins to grow until it paralyzes you. That fear makes you question whether you can trust me, whether my promises are real, whether I am truly guiding you down the right path. But today I tell you, do not let fear block you. My love for you is greater than any fear you face, and in that love, you will find the strength to move forward. Fear seeks to keep you trapped, to make you believe that you are alone and that there is no way out. But I want you to know that I have already overcome everything that terrifies you. There is nothing that can separate you from my love, and there is no situation I cannot overcome. When fear rises, remember that I am with you, that my power is greater than any shadow that tries to intimidate you. What seems impossible in your eyes is completely possible for me. Do not let fear dictate your steps. Today, I invite you to trust me more than your own strength. No matter how great the challenge or how dark the path may seem, I am the light that will guide you. Fear only has the power you give it. If you choose to trust me, if you choose to walk with me, you will see that every step you take, no matter how small, is a step toward victory. You are not alone in this fight. I am with you, and together we will overcome any fear that tries to stop you. There was a time when hope shone in your heart, when you trusted that the promises I made to you would come true. But over time, that hope has begun to fade. Disappointments, setbacks, and difficulties have eroded what you once believed with such certainty. Today, I come to remind you that hope is not lost. It has simply been clouded by circumstances. Do not allow what you see around you to extinguish the flame that I ignited within you. I am the source of your hope, not the changing circumstances of life. Even though what you see with your physical eyes may not seem promising, my power has not weakened. I am still working. I am still weaving a plan that is for your good. Abandoning hope is what the enemy desires, because without it, you will feel lost, without direction, vulnerable. But today, I want you to cling to that hope again. It is your anchor in the storms, and no matter what the world tells you, my promises are true. Sometimes what seems like a delay is actually preparation. What seems like an insurmountable obstacle is just another step toward the fulfillment of what I have planned for you. Do not give up. Hope is a gift I give you, and it will sustain you in the darkest moments. Even if you cannot see how, even if you do not understand the why, trust that my hand is still guiding you. The hope you thought was lost is not dead. It simply needs to be revived again in my presence. When you have strayed, when you have taken paths that were not the ones I pointed out, there is always a way back. No matter how far you feel you have wandered, no matter how many mistakes you have made, my grace still waits for you. I do not abandon you. I do not leave you lost in confusion. I have provided a clear path of return to my safety, to that refuge where your steps will once again be under my protection and guidance. This way back is not filled with condemnation or judgment. It is a path of grace and restoration. All I need from you is to take a step in my direction, to decide to seek my face again, and I will guide you back. Do not worry about how long you have been away or how much damage you feel you have caused. What matters most is that you return, that you recognize my love is greater than any mistake. I am here to restore what was broken, to heal the wounds that have opened. Do not underestimate the power of my grace. It is not a difficult path, nor one filled with impossible obstacles. The enemy wants you to believe that it is too late, that you have strayed too far to return. But I assure you that as long as you have the desire to return, there will always be a place for you in my house, in my heart. Walk toward me, and together we will restore what was lost. My love will cover you and give you the peace you have been seeking in other places. But that only in me you will find. From the beginning, everything I have done has been out of love. My love for you does not change, it does not weaken, and it does not diminish because of your failures or your falls. I am here, seeking you, extending my hand to rescue you from what has oppressed you. Sometimes, the enemy wants you to believe that my love is conditional, that you must earn it, or that you have lost it because of your mistakes. But I want you to know, with absolute certainty, that my love is unconditional. No matter how far you have fallen, I am still seeking your good, still fighting for you. This love is not passive, it actively seeks you, it never tires, it never gives up. My love is what sent my Son to the cross, what conquered sin and death, and it is the same love that today extends a hand to lift you out of whatever pit you are in. Do not think you are alone in this fight. My love is your greatest weapon, your greatest strength. There is no force in the universe that can separate my love from you. So when you feel there is no way out, when you feel you have reached your limit, remember that my love is always seeking you, always reaching out to you. Let me rescue you. Do not resist the truth that you are worthy of being loved, worthy of being rescued. My love for you has no end, and that is why I will not allow the enemy to triumph over you. I am here always to save you, to guide you, to ensure that your life is filled with my peace and purpose. In the darkest moments, despair has tried to echo in your mind, telling you that there is no way out, that the situation cannot improve, that you are trapped in an endless cycle. That voice does not come from me. Despair is the weapon the enemy uses to make you believe that you are alone, that I am not with you. But today I assure you that voice is a lie. My voice is the one that calls you to hope, to restoration, and to victory, even in the most difficult times. When despair screams in your heart, it whispers lies about your future, about your ability to overcome, and about my love for you. The enemy knows that if he can make you believe those lies, he will make you vulnerable. But I am here to remind you that you have not been abandoned. I have never left you, and I never will. Even when you feel on the edge of the abyss, even when despair tries to cover you with its shadow, my light is around you, waiting for you to trust it to dispel that darkness. My promise to you is that there is always a way out, a way to overcome any situation you face. Do not believe the voice of despair that tells you otherwise. My voice, the true one, is the one that invites you to rise again, to see beyond temporary circumstances, and to trust that together we can overcome any challenge. Do not let despair drown out my truth in you. Listen to my voice, which says, I am with you, and there will always be hope. In every battle you face, I want you to know that you are not defenseless. I have placed a fortress around you, an invisible shield that protects you from the attacks the enemy has tried to throw at you. You do not need to fear trials or obstacles because I am by your side, covering you with protection. This fortress is not built by human hands, but by my power, my love, and my grace. Within it, you have nothing to fear. You can trust that I am covering you, that every arrow that has been shot against you will not succeed as long as you remain within my protection. But this fortress is not just a wall that defends you. It is also a place of rest. It is a refuge where you can find peace in the midst of the storm. I want you to realize that you do not need to fight with your own strength, because I am your defender. In me, you will find the security that the world cannot offer. As long as you trust in my protection, nothing can touch you without my permission, and I will always lead you to a safe place. Sometimes you feel that the struggles are too great for you, and in those moments, it is easy to forget that you have access to this divine fortress. But I invite you to remember, again and again, that you are not fighting alone. I am your shield, your strong tower, and in me, you can trust fully. My fortress is greater than any threat, stronger than any obstacle. All you need is to remain in me, trusting that, although the world shakes, you will always be safe under my protection. Every decision you make, every step you take, can be guided by my wisdom. I do not leave you to wander aimlessly, nor do I ask you to face the future with uncertainty. I am here to give you direction, to illuminate your steps, and to show you the way you should follow. You do not have to rely on your own understanding or the logic of the world. My wisdom is available to you, and if you seek it, I will guide you down paths that will lead you to fullness and peace. This wisdom is not just for the big moments in life. It is for every day, for every decision. I want you to draw near to me and ask for my counsel. When you do, I will answer. I will not give you confusing answers, nor will I leave you in the dark. My desire is for you to walk in the light of my wisdom, to know which decisions to make, when to move forward, and when to stop. At all times, my wisdom will be waiting for you, but you must be willing to receive it. Sometimes the world tells you to follow your own desires or to trust your intuition. But I assure you that my ways are higher, and my wisdom is deeper than anything you can find on your own. If you walk in my wisdom, you will avoid traps and dangers you cannot see with your own eyes. Let my wisdom guide you in every aspect of your life, and you will see how my direction will lead you to a life of blessing, peace, and purpose. In your life, you often focus on the big signs, on events that seem to revolutionize everything at once. But today, I want you to pay attention to the gentle wind that is beginning to blow. This wind does not bring destruction, but subtle and transformative changes. It is my spirit moving delicately in your life, announcing that something new is coming. It is not a hurricane that sweeps everything away, but a breeze that brings renewal patiently and steadily. These changes may seem small at first, almost imperceptible, but they are working deep within you, preparing the ground for something bigger. It is easy to lose sight of what I am doing when it doesn't seem grand or spectacular. However, I want you to know that I am working constantly, preparing everything for what I have planned for you. Don't be discouraged if you don't see immediate results, for the work I am doing in you is deep and lasting. When you feel that gentle wind, stop for a moment. Listen to it. Feel it in your spirit. It is a sign that I am present, that I am working, that the changes you have longed for are on the way. They are not abrupt changes, but they are faithful and sure. Trust that this process will lead you to a better place, to a life more aligned with my plans for you. The gentle wind of my spirit will guide you toward a transformation you cannot deny. There are doors in your life that seem closed, situations you have looked at and thought were impossible to change. But I tell you today, nothing is impossible for me, and the faith you have planted in your heart has the power to open those doors that you believe to be immovable. My power knows no limits, and when you trust me with all your being, you will see the impossible become a reality. Faith is the bridge that connects your life with the supernatural I have prepared for you. This faith is not just a superficial belief, it is a deep and complete trust that I can do what seems unreachable to you. Often, circumstances will try to tell you that it's useless to keep hoping, that you should settle for what you have. But I tell you to keep believing, to keep trusting. Impossible doors are not an obstacle for my power, and when your faith aligns with my purpose, the miracle is on its way. Today I encourage you to look again at those areas where you have lost hope, where you thought there were no more options. I want you to know that I am the God of the impossible. Your faith, even if it is small, has the power to move mountains, to change situations, to transform realities. Trust in me, hold on to faith, and you will see the impossible open before you, not by your strength, but by the power of my hand moving in response to your trust. It is tempting, in the midst of difficulties, to rely only on your own strength, on your ability to solve problems or overcome obstacles. However, today, I want to warn you of the danger that represents. Your strength, valuable as it may be, has limits. If you rely solely on it, you will eventually feel it fail. The enemy knows how to exploit your weaknesses when you try to face life's battles without me. I trust that you are capable of much, but I did not create you to live this life alone, struggling without my help. When you try to do everything on your own, you carry weights that were not designed for you, and those burdens can wear you down and make you feel defeated too soon. I call you to walk in my strength, to depend on my power, which has no end. Where your strength runs out, mine begins. Where you feel you can go no further, I am your support. The danger of relying only on yourself is that you miss out on experiencing what I can do for you. When you allow me to be your strength, everything changes. Battles are won with my intervention, burdens are lifted, and what seemed impossible becomes possible. Do not walk alone down the difficult path of self-sufficiency. Come to me and let my strength sustain you and guide you to the victory I have planned for you. In your life, there are forces you often cannot clearly see, but that are trying to drag you in directions contrary to my will. These invisible currents may seem harmless at first, but their goal is to gradually pull you away from my path. They are subtle, disguised as seemingly small decisions or harmless commitments, but over time, they pull you further away from my presence and the purposes I have set for you. These currents are not always obvious. They can manifest as constant discouragement, spiritual fatigue, or in relationships and decisions that slowly begin to consume your energy and your faith. I want you to be aware of these influences. I want you to stop and evaluate which areas of your life seem to be pushing you towards something different from what I have shown you. Now is the time to recognize those currents and make a firm decision to anchor yourself in me. Do not let them drag you away. If you feel vulnerable, come to me. I am your firm rock, your anchor in the midst of the currents that try to steer you off course. If you cling to my word, to my love, and to my direction, you will not be moved. The currents may continue to try to push you, but they will not succeed if you keep your eyes fixed on me. I am here to stabilize your life, to keep you firm in the midst of any storm or influence that seeks to distance you from my presence. Within you, in the deepest part of your being, there is a cry that you may not even have expressed in words. It is the cry of your soul, crying out for help, for relief, for an answer in the midst of the anguish you have felt. Even if you haven't said it out loud, I have heard every one of those cries. I know the pain you have felt, the doubts that have invaded you, and the questions that have arisen in your heart. I have not been indifferent to your suffering. That cry is the sign that your heart recognizes that you need something more, that you cannot do it all by yourself. Today I come to tell you that I have heard every one of your pleas, even those you could not express clearly. No prayer, no cry, no tear has gone unseen. I am here, ready to give you the relief your soul needs. Don't keep carrying that pain any longer. Don't face it alone. Let me be the one to lift you up and sustain you in this time of need. You don't always need grand words or long prayers. Just a sigh, just a thought directed to me is enough for me to move on your behalf. I have heard the cry of your soul, and I assure you, I will not ignore it. I come with healing, with comfort, with restoration. Today, I invite you to give me that pain, that burden you have been carrying. No matter how deep your wound is, I have the power to heal it completely and to restore the peace you so desperately seek. Sometimes when we cry out for help, we expect an immediate and visible response. But I want you to know that many times I have already given you an answer before you even realized it. My timing is not always the same as yours, and what seems like a delay or silence on my part is actually my quiet work behind the scenes. The answer you have been seeking may already be on its way, but you must trust that my plan is perfect and always arrives at the right time. Faith is not just about waiting for the answer, but about believing that I have already begun to work on your behalf. Every prayer you have made has been heard, every cry has been answered. Even when you don't see the result immediately, trust that I am already moving the necessary pieces for my will to be fulfilled in your life. Sometimes the answer is in the process, in the change that is happening within you as you wait. Today I tell you not to despair. The answer you long for may be closer than you imagine. Keep trusting in me because I do not forget your prayers or your needs. I have already begun to respond, and you will see it at the perfect moment. My work in your life is complete. I will leave nothing unfinished. What I have promised, I will fulfill. Just remain firm in your faith, for the answer is on its way, and it will be better than you expected. Your life is approaching a crucial point, a decisive moment that will define the course you will take. Often, these moments arrive without warning, but today I am preparing you. I want you to be ready, because what is coming is an opportunity for you to move forward in my purpose. This decisive moment will not overwhelm you because I will be by your side every step of the way, guiding you and giving you the wisdom you need to make the right decisions. This moment may seem challenging, even overwhelming, but trust that I have already foreseen it and prepared it. Nothing that happens will surprise me. I have given you the necessary tools. I have prepared you during this time of waiting, and now is the time to act with faith and courage. Do not fear what is coming, because I am with you, and I will lead you in the right direction. Choose to keep your gaze on me, and you will know what decisions to make at the precise moment. This decisive moment will be a door to a new stage in your life. It may seem uncertain, but I assure you it is full of opportunities that will bring you closer to my purpose for you. Trust that, although it may be challenging, this is the time I have set for you to move forward. I will sustain you, guide you, and strengthen you. All I ask is that you do not stop, that you do not allow fear to paralyze you. Together, we will reach what I have planned for you. Even if you feel that darkness surrounds you right now, I assure you that my light is always present. Darkness can never defeat my light, because where I am, shadows must retreat. In the midst of difficulties, it may seem like there is no way out, that all is lost. But I want you to know that even in the darkest moments of your life, my light is emerging, bringing clarity, hope, and a new direction. Often the light begins as a small flicker in the midst of confusion, something you may not notice at first. But over time, it grows stronger and brighter until it completely illuminates your path. Don't lose sight of that flicker of hope already rising in your life. You may not yet see the complete solution, but trust that my light is guiding your steps, even when everything around you seems bleak. Let me be your light in this darkness. Don't seek answers in other places that cannot illuminate your soul as I do. I am the true light, and I will never leave you in darkness. My presence will dispel any shadow that tries to stop you. Trust that the closer you draw to me, the clearer your path will become. Even if the enemy wants you to believe that you are lost, my light is emerging in your life and will lead you to a future full of hope and purpose. In the midst of storms, problems, and uncertainties, I offer you a peace that the world cannot give. This peace does not depend on circumstances or on everything being right around you. My peace is deeper than any storm and can sustain you in the midst of chaos. It is not a fleeting peace, but an eternal one that resides in the depths of your being, a tranquility that only I can give. You don't need to wait for the problems to disappear to experience this peace. It is available to you here and now, in whatever situation you are facing. All you need to do is trust me, surrender your burdens to me, and allow my peace to flood your heart and mind. Even if the world around you is in crisis, within you can experience a calm that goes beyond what anyone could understand. Let me be the anchor that keeps you steady in the winds of life. My peace is not something you must earn or deserve. It is a gift I offer you because I love you. Today, choose to rest in my peace. Close your eyes to the distractions that cause anxiety, and open your heart to receive the serenity that only I can give. My peace does not fade, and it will sustain you in every step, no matter how difficult the path may be. In me, you will find the calm you have been searching for. Throughout your life, you have faced situations where you feel like you are making the same mistakes, falling into the same patterns over and over again. This cycle may seem frustrating and may lead you to think that there is no way out. But today, I want you to know that you are not trapped. No matter how many times you have fallen into the same mistakes, I am here to break that cycle and guide you toward a new beginning. I don't want you to live in that state of frustration. I desire for you to experience freedom. The enemy has made you believe that you cannot change, that those mistakes define who you are. But that is another lie. You are not your failures or your falls. I see much more beyond those moments of weakness. I see you as the person I created, full of potential and worthy of my love. No matter how many times you have stumbled, I will always be here to lift you up. I am ready to offer you the forgiveness and grace you need to overcome any mistake from the past. Today, I invite you to surrender those repetitive patterns into my hands. Stop trying to get out of them on your own, because only in my strength will you find true liberation. When you allow me to intervene, those cycles are broken. You are not destined to repeat the same mistakes over and over again. Together, we can create a new path, one filled with hope, learning, and growth. My love for you is stronger than any mistake, and I will always be here to help you overcome what has held you back. There are paths that seem right in the eyes of man, paths that, at the moment, appear to offer relief or an easy solution. However, many of those paths lead to a fall, to the destruction of what I have planned for you. The enemy will always try to present you with options that, at first, seem harmless, but are actually traps disguised as opportunities. Today, I warn you to stop and reflect on the decisions you are making. Not all will lead you to the destiny I have prepared for you. It is important for you to understand that the enemy knows how to make his traps appear attractive. It may be an opportunity, a relationship, a decision that seems advantageous at the moment. But I want you to seek my direction before moving forward, because not everything that shines comes from me. Some paths may seem full of promise, but will end up pulling you away from my presence and the full life I desire for you. This is the moment to stop and evaluate. Let me show you if you are on the right path. I will guide you toward the truth and away from what can lead to your downfall. Don't be afraid to change direction if you realize that you are not where you should be. My love for you is so great that I don't want you to continue down a path that will lead to ruin. Come to me, and I will show you the path of life, full of peace, security, and purpose. Even if you feel that you have already fallen, even if you find yourself in a deep and dark abyss, my mercy reaches you. No matter how far you feel you have strayed from me, my arm is long enough to lift you up. There is no abyss too deep, no darkness too dense, that my light and love cannot penetrate. If you feel lost, trapped in the result of your decisions or mistakes, I want you to know that I am not here to judge you, but to rescue you. My mercy is limitless. It is not based on your merits or what you have done. I am here, willing to restore you and lift you up, despite any mistakes. I do not want you to live with guilt or feel that there is no more hope for you. The enemy wants you to believe that you have gone too far, that there is no return. But I tell you, there is always a way back, and I will always be here to show you that way. Let me extend my mercy over your life. Don't hide in the abyss. Call on me, and I will be there. My mercy will not only pull you out of the pit, but will restore you completely. I will give you new strength, new opportunities, and a new beginning. No matter how many times you have fallen, there is always redemption in my love. Come to me and experience the power of my mercy, which not only lifts you up, but transforms you. Sincere repentance has a transformative power in your life. It is not just about recognizing your mistakes or feeling remorse, but about a deep change in the heart, about returning to me with humility and with the genuine desire to be restored. When you come to me with a repentant heart, I open the doors of forgiveness, grace, and healing. There is no sin too great, no mistake that cannot be forgiven if you come to me sincerely. The enemy will try to make you believe that you are not worthy of forgiveness, that your failures are too severe to be restored. But I tell you, there is nothing my grace cannot cover. Repentance is not a weight or a burden, it is a release. When you truly repent, you free yourself from the weight of guilt and the past, and you allow me to work in you to renew you completely. It is in this moment of surrender that I begin to heal the wounds that sin has caused. Do not be afraid to come to me with your repentance. I am not here to judge or condemn you, but to offer you a new opportunity. A repentant heart is a heart I can transform, that I can fill with new life and hope. Let the power of repentance open the doors to a future free of guilt and full of my love. No matter how many times you have failed, I will always be ready to embrace you with my forgiveness and start again. At every moment of your life, you are making decisions that either bring you closer to life or death. Not just in a physical sense, but also spiritually. Today I call you to choose life, to choose the path that will lead you to my fullness, to the peace and purpose I have designed for you. The enemy will present you with options that seem attractive but lead to death, to separation from me. I want you to see clearly that every decision has eternal weight, and that I am here to guide you toward abundant life. Choosing life is not always the easiest path, but it is the only one that will lead you to true happiness. The life I offer is full of blessings, purpose, and unconditional love. Do not make the mistake of thinking you can follow the path of death and then correct it later. The decisions you make today shape the path you will walk tomorrow. Today I give you the opportunity to choose wisely, to choose life and all that comes with it. This choice is not just once in a lifetime. It is something you must do constantly. Each day you will face decisions that will either bring you closer to me or lead you away. I want you to know that I am always here to help you make the right choice. Do not feel overwhelmed because you do not have to do it alone. If you allow me, I will give you the wisdom and strength to choose life, to turn away from everything that leads to death, and to walk with me toward the destiny full of light that I have prepared for you. Although the circumstances around your life may seem desperate, I want you to know that rescue is on the way. I have heard your prayers, I have seen your tears, and I have taken action. I will not leave you in this situation without a way out. My plan for you includes an escape, a deliverance from what has been oppressing you. I have already begun to move the necessary pieces to bring you out of this place of anguish and into a place of peace and victory. The enemy tries to make you believe that you are trapped, that there is no way out. But my promise is that I always provide a way of escape. I am working on the details, preparing the path by which I will lead you to deliverance. Do not despair, do not lose faith, because the solution is already in motion. Soon, you will see how things begin to change, how the doors that seemed closed open, and how what seemed impossible becomes possible under my power. Trust that I am your deliverer. Nothing and no one can stop the plan I have for you. My deliverance will not only take you out of the difficult situation, but will lead you to a better place, to firmer ground, where you will experience my peace and provision. Deliverance is closer than you think, and I assure you that when it comes, you will know that it was my hand that brought you out of anguish and led you to victory. To fully walk in the life I have prepared for you, it is necessary to break free from the ties of the past. Often, the enemy keeps you imprisoned by what happened before, mistakes, failures, or even wounds that others inflicted on you. But today, I want to tell you that you are not meant to live in the shadows of what is already past. I am the God of new beginnings, of second chances, and I am here to free you from anything that keeps you bound to the past. Breaking with the past doesn't mean forgetting what happened, but learning to stop carrying a weight that no longer belongs to you. It is letting go of guilt, resentment, and shame, and trusting that my power is enough to heal all your wounds. I want you to know that the past does not define who you are now or your future. What defines your life is my love for you and my purpose for you. Let what is behind be part of your story, but do not let it determine your destiny. Today, I invite you to make the decision to release those chains. I invite you to give me everything that has been holding you back. You do not have to carry that weight alone. I am here to bear it for you, to break any bond that prevents you from moving forward. The future I have for you is full of hope, renewal, and a peace that you can only find when you let go of the past and hold on to me. Let me break those bonds and guide you toward a new and free life. Now that you have decided to let go of the past, it is time to look forward and follow the new direction I am showing you. I will never leave you lost or without guidance. I am always here to illuminate the path you should take. You may not always understand where I am leading you, but I want you to trust that every step I show you brings you closer to your purpose and the full life I promised you. This new direction will not always be easy. There will be moments when you feel tempted to return to what you know, to what is comfortable, but I want you to keep moving forward in faith. Sometimes the unknown seems frightening, but I assure you that there is no safer place than being in the center of my will. I am your faithful guide, and I will not let you walk alone. If you trust me, I will lead you down paths that will surprise you, along roads that will fill you with peace and joy. The key to following this new direction is to keep your eyes fixed on me. Do not be distracted by voices that try to divert you, or by the obstacles you will encounter along the way. I am with you, and I will lead you step by step. Every day, seek my face, listen to my voice, and I will show you the next step. My direction is always clear for those who seek my presence. Today, I invite you to walk in this new direction with confidence, knowing that the best is yet to come. Many times, the difficulties and challenges you face seem senseless. You ask yourself why you are going through certain trials, or why I allow certain things to happen in your life. But I want you to know that in every difficulty there is a hidden purpose. Nothing you go through is in vain. Everything has a greater purpose that you may not yet see. But it is designed to strengthen your faith, to draw you closer to me, and to prepare you for what I have planned for you. Difficulties are not punishments. They are opportunities for your character to be refined, for you to learn to depend completely on me. Every challenge is a lesson, a preparation for something greater. In the middle of the storm, it is hard to see the purpose, but trust that I am working in you, transforming what seems like a trial into a future blessing. Nothing I allow in your life is without reason, and I always use it for your good. So when you face difficulties, do not be discouraged. Trust that I have a perfect plan, and that these trials will not last forever. In the end, you will see how every obstacle had a purpose, how every challenge prepared you to receive what I have in store for you. My promise is that everything you face will be used for your growth and to fulfill my purpose in your life. Do not lose faith in the midst of difficulties, because I am working even when you cannot see it. Victory is not something distant, nor is it beyond your reach. Today I tell you that victory is already in your hands. What you need to overcome any challenge, I have placed within you: my spirit, my strength, and my wisdom. You don't have to wait for a future victory. I have already given you everything you need to triumph in any situation you face. What the enemy tells you is impossible, I assure you is possible with me. Do not be discouraged, because the battle is already won. The enemy will try to convince you that you are not strong enough, that the circumstances are too great for you. But I want you to remember that you are not fighting alone. I am with you in every step, and my power within you is greater than any obstacle. Your victory does not depend on your own ability, but on my presence in your life. When you trust me and follow my ways, you will see how everything that seemed impossible begins to resolve in your favor. Today, I invite you to walk with the assurance that you have already won. Even if you don't see the results immediately, trust that the victory is yours. My promise is that nothing can defeat you if you remain close to me. The victory I offer you is complete, and there is no force that can stop what I have decided to do in your life. Keep moving forward with confidence, knowing that the victory is in your hands, and that I am by your side at every moment. There are areas of your life that you have not yet fully surrendered to me. Sometimes you hold on to certain things, thinking you can manage them on your own. But today I tell you that the key to peace and true freedom is to surrender everything to me. Do not hold back parts of your life, your worries, your dreams, believing that you can control them better than I can. I want you to trust that my plans are always better, and that what you place in my hands will be multiplied and blessed. Surrendering everything to me is not a sign of weakness, but of complete trust. It is recognizing that I am in control, that I see the bigger picture, and that I am working for your good. When you decide to trust me with your life, you will see how the burdens you have been carrying begin to lighten, how the problems that seemed unsolvable find a solution. I invite you today to give me every part of you, even those you have guarded with fear. Nothing is too small or too big for me. I do not ask you to surrender what I cannot handle, because I can handle it all. I am able to do what you cannot, to change what seems unchangeable. So today, give me everything. Your fears, your joys, your frustrations, your plans. In my hands, everything finds its purpose and becomes an opportunity to bless you and show you my power. Hold nothing back, because the more you surrender, the more you will receive from me. Within you, there is a struggle that is sometimes more difficult than any external battle. The struggle between pride and surrender. Often your human nature wants to maintain control, to do things your way, but I am calling you to surrender, to humility. I do not ask you to surrender because I want to see you defeated. I ask you to surrender because I want to see you free. Pride locks you in a prison, while surrender opens the doors to true freedom in my love. Pride can make you feel like you need to prove something, that you need to do it all by yourself, but that will only lead to fatigue and discouragement. Surrender, on the other hand, is not an act of weakness. It is an act of trust. It is recognizing that I am greater than anything you face, that my wisdom is superior, and that only when you surrender to me can I fully work in your life. Surrender is the path to victory and peace. Today, I invite you to let go of the pride that has been holding you back. You don't need to prove anything. I already know you, and I love you just as you are. Surrender to my love, to my guidance, to my plan for you, and you will see how the internal struggles begin to dissolve. In surrender, you will find the strength you need to face any challenge. Don't fight alone. Give me your life completely, and you will discover that true victory comes when you trust in me completely. From the beginning, I have had a perfect plan for your life, a plan full of hope, purpose, and blessing. Sometimes in the midst of difficulties or the detours you take, you can lose sight of this plan. You may wonder if there is still a purpose for you, if you haven't strayed too far. But I assure you that my plan for you remains intact, and that I am always working to bring you toward it. No matter what has happened in your life, my plan never stops. My plan for you is not just about what you will do or accomplish. It is a plan that encompasses every aspect of your being, that seeks for you to live in the fullness of my love and in the peace that only I can offer. At every step, even when it seems you have strayed, I am still weaving my purpose. Everything I allow in your life is part of this plan, which is designed to shape you, to strengthen you, and to lead you toward what I have reserved for you. Today, I invite you to trust that my plan for you is good, that no mistake can destroy what I have designed for your life. Even though the path may seem confusing, I see beyond and know exactly how to take you to where you need to be. My plan is greater than any obstacle, stronger than any difficulty. Trust that I am guiding every step you take, and in the end, you will see how everything fits perfectly into the plan I prepared long before you were born. There are moments when you feel that you have lost something irreplaceable, something that seemed vital to your life and purpose. It may be a relationship, an opportunity, or even a part of yourself that you thought was lost forever. But I want you to know that my grace has the power to restore everything that has been lost. No matter what has been taken or destroyed, I have the power to make what seemed impossible be restored in ways you couldn't imagine. My grace doesn't just forgive you, it also restores you. What the enemy has tried to destroy, I can renew. What you thought was lost forever, I can return to your life in a way that is even better than you imagined. Don't despair if you feel something valuable has gone. My grace is always working to return peace, hope, and the opportunities you thought would never come back. Let me work in those areas of your life where you feel loss. Let my grace heal what has been wounded. Let it renew what has been worn down. There is no limit to what I can do for you if you trust that I am capable of restoring everything. My love for you is so great that I will not leave anything unredeemed. Trust that what has been lost will be restored gloriously, and that my grace will always be sufficient for everything you need. Often, the greatest danger is not making the wrong choice, but postponing the right decision. There are times when you know what you need to do, what I am asking of you, but fear, uncertainty, or comfort cause you to delay. Today I want to warn you that the danger of delaying your decision may be greater than you think. Indecision is a trap the enemy uses to keep you stuck, to prevent you from moving forward toward the blessings and purpose I have for you. Every day you delay what you know you need to do is a day you allow the enemy to gain ground in your life. You don't need to have all the answers or see the complete path to take a step in the direction I am showing you. All I ask is that you trust me enough to act in faith. Every small step of obedience will bring you closer to the full and blessed life I have planned for you. Today is the moment to make that decision. Don't wait any longer. Don't let fear stop you. I am here to guide you and to give you the strength you need. There is no reason to postpone what I have placed in your heart. The time is now, and I am with you every step of the way. Trust that even if you can't see the whole path, I will lead you to victory. The blessing and peace you seek are waiting on the other side of your decision. My invitation to salvation is open to you every day. There is no time limit or complicated conditions for you to come to me and experience the greatest gift I can offer you, eternal life and true peace in my presence. This is an invitation that remains constant, but you must not take it lightly. Although my grace is abundant and I always wait for you with open arms, the time to accept my salvation is now, not later. Salvation is not just about what will happen when this life ends. It is also about the peace, freedom, and joy you can experience here and now if you choose to follow me and surrender your life to me. I do not invite you to a life free of difficulties, but I do assure you that I will be with you every step of the way, filling you with a peace that surpasses all understanding. This salvation is not something you can earn through your own efforts. It is a gift I offer you because I love you deeply. Every day you spend without accepting this invitation is a missed opportunity to experience the fullness of my love and my purpose for you. Today, I call you again with tenderness and patience to come to me and receive this gift. Don't worry about your past mistakes or what you think prevents you from drawing near to me. My salvation is for everyone, and it is never too late to receive it. Come, because my love is waiting for you with open arms. Just as I care for you, I also extend my protection to those you love. I know your heart is concerned for your loved ones, for those who do not yet fully know me or who are facing their own battles. I want you to know that my protective hand is also upon them. Even if you can't always see the results of your prayers immediately, I am working in their lives, guiding them, protecting them, and drawing them closer to me in ways you may not understand now. Your prayers for them are not in vain. Every time you bring their names, their concerns, their struggles to me, I hear and respond. I am acting even when you cannot see it. My protection extends not only to you, but also to those you have entrusted to me. Keep praying, keep believing, because I am working in their hearts and lives in deep and powerful ways. Today, I give you peace about them. Surrender your loved ones into my hands. Trust that my love for them is as great as my love for you. My protection, my grace, and my guidance are also available to them. Do not worry or become anxious. Even if their paths seem uncertain or far from me, I am near, watching over them and protecting them. My love is surrounding them, and sooner or later, you will see the fruits of your prayers and my intervention in their lives. I am about to give you a revelation that will change your perspective and transform your path. Sometimes the challenges and doubts you face are due to a lack of vision, a limited understanding of what I am doing in your life. But today, I want to open your eyes to a new revelation so that you can see clearly what I have been working on in secret. This revelation will bring light to dark areas, answers to your questions, and direction to your steps. You don't need to understand everything immediately. The revelation I give you will be like a lamp that illuminates your path, one step at a time. I want you to come closer to me with an open heart, willing to receive what I have to show you. This revelation will not only bring you peace, but also a renewed sense of purpose. What once seemed confusing or meaningless will begin to take shape, and you will understand that you were never outside of my plan. Trust that I will show you what you need at the right moment. This revelation is not just to give you answers, but to strengthen your faith and trust in me. I am preparing you for something greater, for something beyond what you can imagine. Just keep your heart open and willing to listen to my voice. Soon, you will see how this revelation not only transforms your situation, but also your way of walking in faith and living according to my purpose. The truth has the power to completely free you from the lies the enemy has sown in your life. Over time, you may have believed false ideas about yourself, about your worth, or even about my love for you. The enemy is cunning and knows how to disguise lies to make them seem true, leading you to doubt and fear. But today, I want to break those chains. I want the truth to shine in your life like never before, dispelling any shadow of deception. My truth is clear and powerful. I love you unconditionally. I created you with a purpose, and I will never leave you. You are not the result of your mistakes or the words others have spoken over you. You are my child, my precious creation, and in you I see potential, hope, and a glorious future. Today, I want that truth to penetrate the deepest parts of your being and free your mind and heart from any lie that has kept you bound. Open your heart to my truth. Let me dismantle every lie you have believed, every word that has made you feel insufficient or unworthy. My truth is that you are worth more than you can imagine, and that your life has an eternal purpose. Don't allow the lies of the past to continue dictating your present or future. The truth is that, in me, you are free, loved, and capable of living a life full of joy and purpose. Let that truth transform you today. At this moment in your life, more than ever, it is essential that you listen to my counsel. Often the voices of the world, the advice of others, or even your own thoughts can drown in the midst of noise and confusion. But I want you to know that my voice is available to you. I am here, willing to guide you with wisdom and clarity, but you need to pause, silence the distractions, and listen to me attentively. Do not move forward without seeking my direction. It is no coincidence that today I speak to you about the urgency of listening to my counsel. The road ahead may have challenges and important decisions that will influence your future. I want you to make the right choices. I want you to move forward with confidence, knowing that my hand is guiding you. But that will only happen if you listen to my voice and follow my instructions. Don't rely on your own wisdom, because my understanding is much greater, and my perspective covers everything you cannot see. This is the time to pause and seek my presence. Don't let haste or pressure push you to make decisions without consulting me first. I am here to guide you, and my counsel is always faithful and true. If you listen to me, I will show you the safest path, the one that will lead you to the blessings and purpose I have prepared for you. Do not underestimate the urgency of this moment. Listen to my voice and follow my guidance, because I will never lead you astray. Obeying me is not a burden, it is an act of trust and love. Today, I call you to complete obedience, a total surrender of your will to mine. I do not ask this to restrict you, but to free you. When you obey my commands, you align yourself with my perfect plan, and that brings peace and security to your life. Often, disobedience stems from fear or lack of trust that my ways are the best. But I assure you that when you obey me, even in the smallest things, you will see great rewards. This obedience is not just for the big, decisive moments, but for every day, in the small choices you make. I invite you to trust me with all your heart, to follow my word even when you don't fully understand what I am asking of you. I want you to walk in a freedom that can only be achieved when you stop fighting for control and allow me to guide every aspect of your life. Obedience is not a heavy obligation. It is the key to living in the fullness of my purpose. Today, choose to obey me with a willing and trusting heart. Don't fear what may happen when you follow me, because I will always lead you to life, to good, and to peace. Complete obedience will open doors you didn't know existed and will take you to places of blessing that can only be reached when you walk in my will. Trust me, follow my voice, and you will see how obedience brings clarity, direction, and blessings beyond what you could imagine. Trust fully that everything I have planned for you is for your good. Sometimes the uncertainty and challenges of life make you wonder if my purposes are really being fulfilled in you. But today, I want you to rest in the truth that my plans never fail. No matter what you face, no matter how chaotic the path may seem, my purposes are unshakable, and they will always lead you to the full life I have designed for you. Trust in my purposes brings peace in the midst of storms. When you trust that I am orchestrating every detail, you can release the anxiety and fear, knowing that everything is under control. Nothing that happens in your life surprises me. I have seen the end from the beginning, and I know exactly how to lead you to your destination. Even though the waiting times may seem long and the paths difficult, I assure you that every step you take in faith brings you closer to what I have for you. Today, I invite you to rest in that unshakable trust. Don't allow doubts or difficulties to make you waver. Remember that my thoughts are higher than yours, and my ways are perfect. Every circumstance, even those you do not understand now, is working for your good and will lead you to the fulfillment of my promises. Trust in me, because I am not only your guide, but also your protector and sustainer. My purposes are unshakable, and nothing will stop what I have prepared for you. I have placed a powerful shield in your hands, a shield that protects you from every attack the enemy tries to throw at you. You do not need to fear the trials or obstacles, because I am by your side, providing protection. This shield is not of your own strength. It is the shield of my faith, my word, and my truth, which cover and defend you in every battle. The enemy cannot penetrate the protection I give you as long as you remain close to me and trust in my power to protect you. When the enemy comes against you with doubts, fear, or accusations, lift this shield with confidence. My truth is your greatest defense, and when you cling to it, nothing can knock you down. I want you to know that every attack the enemy attempts against you has already been neutralized by my power. No weapon formed against you will prosper because I am with you, and I have placed my protection around you like an unbreakable wall. This shield not only protects you, but also gives you the strength to move forward. You are not destined to remain in a defensive position, but to walk toward the victory I have already secured for you. The enemy may try to intimidate you, but he has no power over you when you carry my shield. Stand firm, lift the shield of faith and truth, and you will see how every obstacle disappears. I am fighting by your side, and my shield will always protect you. In your relationship with me, you will find the strength you need to face every challenge. I do not want you to walk alone or to rely solely on your own strength, because I know there are times when you feel weak or tired. It is in those moments when you most need to draw near to me, because in my presence, there is an inexhaustible source of strength, peace, and renewal. Communion with me not only strengthens you spiritually, but also gives you the emotional and physical energy to keep going. True strength is not found in avoiding problems, but in knowing that when you face storms, I am your refuge. Every time you come to me in prayer, every time you take the time to listen to my voice and rest in my presence, you are renewing your strength. My power is perfected in your weakness, and in me, you will always find what you need to continue. Don't try to do it alone, because I am here to sustain you and guide you. I want you to know that you will never be without strength when you remain close to me. My communion is your constant source of renewal. When the world exhausts you, come to me, and I will give you rest. When the enemy attacks you, come to me, and I will give you victory. I am your source of life, and in my presence, everything you need is available to you. The strength that comes from our communion will take you further than you can imagine. I have sent my angels to guard you in all your ways. They are around you, fighting for you, protecting you from dangers you can't even see. My love for you is so great that I have ordained my angels to fight on your behalf, opening paths, closing doors you shouldn't cross, and defending you from the enemy's attacks. I want you to know that you are not alone in this spiritual battle. My angels are with you, working silently but powerfully to ensure your safety. These heavenly beings carry out my orders for your protection. Even though you cannot see them, they are present, acting according to my will. Every time you pray, every time you trust in me, they respond to my instructions to help and guide you in your most difficult moments. They are by your side, intervening when necessary, protecting you from what seeks to harm you, and guiding you toward the purpose I have for you. You have nothing to fear, because my power is manifesting through them at every step of your path. Trust that even in the most dangerous or uncertain situations, my angels are with you. They never leave you. Always vigilant, always obeying my commands on your behalf. Remember that all of heaven is on your side, and my power is working through them so that you can walk in victory. You are not alone. My protection is constant and sure. My angels are another demonstration of my unconditional care for you. Although the current circumstances in your life may seem dark or impossible, I want you to know that deliverance is already on its way. I have heard your prayers, I have seen your tears, and I have taken action. I will not leave you in this situation without a way out. My plan for you includes deliverance, freedom from what has been oppressing you. I have already begun to move the necessary pieces to bring you out of this place of anguish and into a place of peace and victory. The enemy tries to make you believe that you are trapped, that there is no way out. But my promise is that I always provide a way of escape. I am working in the details, preparing the path by which I will lead you to deliverance. Do not despair. Do not lose faith, because the solution is already in motion. Soon you will see how things begin to change, how the doors that seemed closed open, and how what seemed impossible becomes possible under my power. Trust that I am your deliverer. Nothing and no one can stop the plan I have for you. My deliverance will not only take you out of the difficult situation, but will lead you to a better place, to firmer ground, where you will experience my peace and provision. Deliverance is closer than you think, and I assure you that when it comes, you will know that it was my hand that brought you out of anguish and led you to victory. Even before you see the results, I want you to live with the certainty that you are already safe in my hands. You don't need to wait for everything to change to feel at peace. From the moment you trusted in me, from the moment you surrendered your worries and fears, I have already placed you under my protective care. Even when things seem uncertain, or when the enemy tries to sow doubts in your heart, remember that you are already safe under my protection and unconditional love. This security does not depend on your circumstances, but on my promise. I am your refuge, your strength, and I will never abandon you. Even in the toughest battles, I want you to walk with the confidence that I am the one fighting for you, and that in the end, my victory will be your victory. Nothing can touch you without my permission, and everything that happens in your life has a purpose that will always end up working for your good. In me, you can rest, knowing that you are already protected and safe. Today, I invite you to live in the peace that comes from this certainty. You do not need to fear what is to come or worry about what you cannot control. You are already safe in my hands, and nothing or no one can take you out of my care. Let this truth fill you with peace and confidence, and live each day with the assurance that your life is under my perfect control. My love protects you, and in that love, there is no place for fear. There is a deep rest that your soul longs for, a rest that you cannot find in the things of the world. This rest will only be found in my presence, in constant communion with me. Often, the worries and problems of life exhaust you, leaving you without strength. But today, I want to offer you a place of rest, a place where you can let go of all your burdens and simply be at peace. My rest is not temporary. It is eternal, and it is available to you at all times. This rest does not mean that your problems will disappear immediately, but it assures you that in the midst of them, you can find peace. When you come to me and surrender your worries, I give you a rest that renews your soul, that strengthens you to keep going. I do not want you to continue carrying heavy burdens by yourself. My yoke is easy and my burden is light, and when you decide to walk by my side, I will take you along paths of peace, even in the storms. Today, I invite you to set aside the weight you have been carrying and come to me. Let me give you the rest your heart has been searching for. You do not need to solve everything. You do not need to understand everything. You only need to rest in my love, knowing that I am in control, and that in me you will always find the rest your soul needs. Let my peace flood every corner of your life, and let my rest be your constant refuge. The danger that threatened you has been defeated. What once seemed so great and imposing is now under your feet, and this is a reason to celebrate. I want you to understand that the victory I have brought over that danger is not just so that you can breathe a sigh of relief, but so that you can celebrate what I have done in your life. Every battle you fight with me at your side ends in victory, and that victory is worthy of being remembered and celebrated. Do not focus on what you have lost or on what you suffered. Focus on what I have won for you. This celebration is not only a sign of gratitude, but a declaration of faith for what is to come. Just as we triumph together in this danger, we will triumph over anything else that tries to threaten you in the future. Your life is a story of my power, of my protection, and of my faithfulness. Celebrate not only because the danger has passed, but because my presence was evident by your side at every moment. I brought you to victory, and today I want you to recognize my hand in everything that happened. Celebration is also a reminder that you do not fight alone. I am with you in every battle, and I will always be here to give you victory. As you celebrate today, you strengthen your faith for tomorrow, knowing that just as I triumphed in this situation, I will triumph in any other that comes. My victory is yours, and nothing can change that. Today is a day of rejoicing because the danger has been overcome and the enemy has been defeated. Celebrate the victory that I have given you. After every storm, there is always a new dawn, and today I want you to see that a new beginning has arrived for you. What you have lived through was not in vain. Every challenge, every tear, and every battle has prepared you for this moment. This is the beginning of something new, something I have carefully planned for you. You have been refined by the trials, and now you are ready to walk in a deeper level of faith, purpose, and blessing. This new beginning doesn't mean everything will be easy, but it does mean you are better prepared to face whatever comes. My grace has been enough to bring you here, and it will continue to be enough to guide you on this new path. Leave behind what happened. Let go of the weight of previous storms and enter with confidence into this new stage that I have for you. Everything you have lived has been part of the preparation for this moment of rebirth and renewal. I want you to know that this new beginning is full of hope. The scars you carry from the battles are not signs of defeat, but of victory. Every step you take from today is a step toward the fullness of my plan for your life. Trust that this new beginning is a blessing, an opportunity to live according to my purpose and to experience the abundance that I promised you. Walk in faith because the best is yet to come. This is your new beginning, and I will be with you every step of the way.